Hi, guys. We are back with The Inadequate Heir by Danielle L. Jensen. We just finished the book. So we read chapters 66 to the end, and we are about to talk about all of it. And I will say, when I say the end, I mean all the way to the end. There was a surprise bonus. I'm going to put short story in air quotes because I think it had like 5 chapters and was about 50 pages long. So that is a meaty short story in my opinion. But we read it. We will talk about that as well. And it is necessary to be able to go on to the Endless War, I would say, at this point. So if you haven't read it, pause, go read it, come back. I enjoyed it, so also suggest it, not just from an information standpoint. Unless anyone has something they immediately need to jump into, I am going to go in chronological order so I know how to deal with my emotions from everything that happened at the end of this book. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to start immediately with Coralyn because that is like the first thing that happens in this section in like chapter 66. You guys, once again, were very correct. I immediately was having flashbacks to when we were talking about Coralyn, and I was like, no, no, she's going to have time to grow and change. And no, she dead. She's super dead. And I think that I was not factoring in suicide. My brain just never thought of that, and I was shocked. Like, how did you guys deal with that part of Coralyn's end?
Well, I was definitely shocked. I thought she would pass by under like Saren's hands or something, being tortured. Did not
I
expect
think
it.
as soon as she broke the wine bottles and Karis was like, "What was that?" I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Not even then. Not even then for me. I like the broken wine bottle. I thought at first she was like trying to cover up the evidence because like she was like, "Oh, Karis, he
"Mm-mm."
can't know you were down here." So I thought it was like a she was covering up the evidence. And then my brain, like, as I'm also trying to read, like, what Karis is saying to the guy, I'm like, oh, she's getting a weapon, like, to fight them off with. And then when he was like, oh no, I was like, oh no, like, what?
I'm
Oh,
shocked, Brooke, because you're the one that figured out the grass in another series. Do you
you know
remember?
what? Sometimes I'm on and sometimes I'm not on. And I think my problem was is I really liked Coralyn. Like there were no tears. I was mostly just like I was really shocked. I think it took me a whole like other chapter to process what had happened. I really wanted to see her like mini redemption arc. I wanted to see her come around to realizing that like Karis and Zara are better together and will create that better world. But at the same time, her ending felt so poetic and correct in like Karis realizing that Coralyn like was a part of the past that they need to move past, like to get to that better world. And he's like, she could not see a future in which there was peace. And like I think for me, it's also like the addition that we found out in chapter 66 before she killed herself was like, I thought it was bad enough when we were thinking, like, oh, she was just like okay with Zara sort of being like that thing that everybody could focus on to then get her to stay away from Karis. Like, no, she was absolutely okay with Zara dying. Like, she
That's
was
what I thought the
hoping.
whole time.
I didn't. I did. I think that I thought better of her and I understood the like protective mom instincts of wanting to keep them apart, but it wasn't so clear like how bad she was willing to be to get that to come around. Like she was okay with Zara dying and she wanted the war to get worse to force Karis and Zara apart. And I was like, okay, yeah, like we can't, there's no room for that in this better world we're creating, Coralyn.
Yeah, I didn't
Disappointed.
feel too bad. I did feel sad for Karis, though.
Yes.
I think my
Yeah.
initial reaction was the wine bottles broke, and I was just like, "Oh, oh no, he really just brought her what she needed for this." Like, just seeing the second use of the wine bottles was a bummer.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Is that why she asked for the wine
Yes,
bottle to begin?
that's
Was she
why she asked for the wine. Like, literally, that was her plan the whole time.
Mm-hmm. I did think at first it was to like dull the pain or something. Because she was injured, but
That's so
as
much
soon as she
worse.
broke them. Yeah.
Oh,
Also, crazy that all 3 second character deaths in this book happen either by accident or themselves. Like, honestly, you could say all of them were due to their own actions, even Otis. Otis was the only one that wasn't intentional, which is kind of brutal.
yeah. Remind me, when you say 3, do you mean not in this section? Is there a
No,
death
in
that
the
I'm
book.
forgetting? Oh, okay, okay.
In the book, not this section.
I was like, because Irina also died.
Yeah, Irina, Otis, and Corlin.
But then, also the other suicide that we get at the end of this book, which I feel like we can just transition to talk to because we're talking about people killing themselves in ways that shocked me to my core.
Oh my god, I forgot about him. I think I just blinked him from my brain.
Well, when you said the 3 people that died in this section, which is what I thought you said, but maybe you said in this book, I was like, was there a third death in between Corlin and Saren that I'm like not remembering? Like other than Silas, because he technically died at the end of Traitor Queen, so I don't count that. But no, okay. I think we have to talk about Saren because yes, I will admit, I did not see that coming at all. And I still have a lot of questions. And I need you guys' opinion because on the one hand, Saren killing himself, I think was like such a cool twist and like so just like so devious and so evil. But like, guys, why? Like,
And the next question, it seemed vaguely unrealistic.
okay, so on the one hand, I can understand his motivations for doing it because he is a psychopath. Like his decisions will not always make sense. So I'm not like, ooh, bad writing. Like that's not where my brain is at entirely. It's just like, is it really just that? Because in my mind, reading that scene with Saren, immediately when Karis was like, oh, Saren's really calm, I was like, yeah, it's because he knows about you and Zara and he's about to use it as leverage to keep his position and basically run this country as the king behind
Yeah.
you. So it made total sense. And I'm like getting all anxious and nauseous, like, oh, the things that he's gonna like. I'm thinking the whole next book is going to be Karis protecting Zara from this information. Then Saren just yeets himself out the window. And I was like, but why? Why? Like, do we have any theories? Is it literally just that he's a psycho?
That he hates Kara so much that this is his way of like ruining his reputation and bringing him down with him. I
Maybe,
don't know.
like, the only way it makes sense, and I don't think this is the truth of the canon of the book, is if, like, he was secretly in love with Silas and, like, devastated over his death or something, that, like, he didn't want to live anymore. Because otherwise, like, he could have gone underground and, like, hidden from them. Like, there's no reason he had to, like, am I allowed to spoil Lord of the Rings, or is that one off the table?
Hmm. I feel like that's I feel like that's fair game. Jamie?
I'll allow it.
Okay. Well,
Um,
you heard it here right now. Lord of the Rings is about to be spoiled, so I guess stop listening if that's a thing for you.
or
Elena,
skip
proceed.
30 seconds forward.
Skip 30 seconds
He
forward.
he literally pulled a Saruman in the movies instead of a Saruman from the books.
Oh, was there a
Yeah.
difference? I never
Hmm.
read the
Yeah.
book.
Like
Go ahead, Elena, break it
in
down.
in the books, Saruman, instead of like dying off the tower, like just like runs away, like goes missing. I forget exactly. It's been a hot sec. And then there's an epilogue where the hobbits go back and it turns out he's taken over the Shire and they have to like fight to remove him. So like he very much could have like gone underground and like started taking stuff over from like the sidelines in that similar way.
I
Oh,
really am not,
interesting.
yeah, I'm not trying to call foul on like Saren killing himself because I do think that it was like weirdly badass in like an evil guy way. Like I appreciate the flair and the drama, and I liked that it caught me off guard. I would be lying, and you guys, I'm sure you know what I'm about to say. Are we sure he's dead?
Yes,
And like
we're sure he's dead.
I hate that I have to even ask it, but like the reason I'm asking is because it's so weird. And like since I read it, my brain just keeps thinking, what like what was his motivation? And it's like I can die happy with him just being a psycho, but until this book series is over, there will be a small part of my brain that's wondering, did he somehow fake his death and he's just fucking with Karis? Like is he behind the scenes right now being like, "Oh my goodness, I'm going to tear him down and then get another heir to be my puppet."
See him dying. We see him falling. Like Karis
I
watches
know.
him.
I
I
know.
think that's just
If
your
it was
brain saying the motivations don't make sense.
But we also have sharks that definitely are magic. Like I am convinced the sharks are now magic. There's
You
magic in the
also thought the
sharks.
bridge was
it was
magic.
magic, yeah.
It's
If
It
on
was
the list of things
magic.
Saren
to talk about. It's on here. We haven't talked about it in the last two episodes, and I'm gonna bring it up again. You know
Is it
what?
the bridge or the storms?
I'm bringing it up now. 3 times in this book, we talked about the weird stuff the bridge is made of. Why do they keep bringing it up? Why do they keep saying the rock that the bridge is made of? Why do they keep saying the weird smell from the material the bridge is made of? Elena, make it make sense.
Can I just say, I would love nothing more than to get to the end of this series and have the epilogue be that aliens made it. Like, just aliens watching from above, like, look at this cool. Like,
But wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if it was like just these weird one-off lines and all of a sudden in like book
it's
4 or
aliens.
5, like Danielle Jensen just comes out of the shadows and is like, JK, the bridge is like a sentient snake being. Like, wouldn't I would think that'd be cool,
I
personally.
don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay. They did mention it multiple times though.
There's a lot of stuff they mentioned multiple times.
You
Like
know
Zara
what
being
other
pregnant.
they didn't mention, well, they did mention the possibility of that. Are we going to go straight into that? Next weird rabbit hole
might as
theory.
well.
What do you guys think? It was mentioned so many times.
They had a
So many
marathon
times.
on that ship.
They had
Like,
a
She
lot
kept
of time.
she kept being like, we can't do this or I'll get pregnant and that can't happen. Oh, the chapters of doing it anyway.
Like multiple weeks on a ship, guys. Like if anyone doesn't understand ovulation, that's a pretty good amount of time. And I'm pretty sure that was their main activity. I'm just saying, I feel like it was mentioned multiple times in order for it to at least be in the back of our mind. Could that be for like the scenes that we get with Laura and Aaron at the end, like just to like build up to that? Possibly. But I also noticed, and not that I'm saying that she would have known, but did you guys notice that when Petra is like beating the shit out of her, like the two lines were like how she kept hitting her in the stomach and like in her midsection?
Oh, I did not notice that.
Yeah, like it was specifically like she was like wailing on her middle bit. And would that be because Petra had like a thought in the back of her mind of like, I want to make sure nothing happens from this?
it would be so like her because she's so vindictive.
It would be very like her. And all I'm thinking is that it seems like our girl Zara is about to go play the most cutthroat game of Survivor. And I'm just thinking, like, she will be fine. I'm not super worried about, like, the weirdos and the criminals on the island. And I think we need to talk more about that separately. But wouldn't it complicate things if all of a sudden she was like, oh no, I think
Oh,
I
well,
might
for
be.
sure.
Yeah, I just feel like it would add that extra layer. And can you guys even imagine Karis getting to that
Harris would
island?
lose his
Oh,
mind.
yeah.
I mean, he's
Absolutely.
already going to, but
But
Yeah.
like
But like
game
10
over.
times full. Yeah.
Anyone looks at her weird, dead, whipped to death. Like, no questions asked.
Honestly, I was shocked like how quickly the news came from Saren, like his birds, to Valcata. And
He'd
then,
already sent it. He'd already
yeah,
sent it.
he sent it like before.
It didn't come from his people. And that's like the whole thing. Is it would have been one thing if Karis was just like, I don't care, shove. It was literally Saren had already written the letter, rolled it up, sent it off, and then walked into that room. Like that's why it happened so quickly.
the
Knew it
way
was gonna
Petra just
happen.
believed him, though, we had already made assumptions about their relationship, but like having it confirmed so clearly.
They're besties, Elena. That was the thing. That was like the insidious shit that we kept seeing throughout this book was like Petra and Silas and Saren were like friends, like as friendly as those people are capable of being with anyone. And like honestly, I don't know if I was proud of us or just like really sad when we learned that for sure Petra killed Zara's mom. Like not with her own hands, but she was like, "Hey, you know, if you got rid of my sister, that'd be cool."
And
Awful.
Zara still doesn't know
Zara
the
still
truth.
doesn't know that Petra killed her mom. Zara still
Mhm.
doesn't know that her dad is definitely alive. Like, for sure, is alive. Can we talk about him? Because that
Could he
line,
be in
Maybe.
prison? Yeah, we know nothing about him.
okay, so the two lines that we got that made us think that Petra killed Zara's mom were like, that the girl's mother is dead and that the father is like, it sounded like he is leading the rebellion
Yeah.
against Petra. So I
Yeah.
think he's still in Valcata, but what if he's also on the island of Devil's Island? That would be cool.
I don't think he will be because it seemed like he was actively leaving.
I would guess not. Doesn't mean that he
From
doesn't
the
come in.
inside. From the inside. No, I don't know.
What do we think? Do we think he's just like Meridrinian and that's why she hates him? Because he's like, Petra was all like, "You're just like your mother." So I think
Mm,
her dad is Meridrinian, personally.
could
Maybe.
be anyone.
Yeah, like I don't think we know anything. And like
No.
I just don't know how back the like anti-Meridrinian rhetoric goes if that would have even been possible, what, 20
There's
years ago?
there's a mention early in this book that like there are children that are like half Meridrinian, half Valcotton in Nerastus, so I could see it happening.
Maybe.
But no, total
But
speculation. That's all we have to go off of is like that one line from earlier about him probably being alive and like being part of the rebellion. And Petra saying like, you're just like her, but like you're just like him. It's like, ooh, why do you hate him so much?
true. I'm a little so many things. I'm a little bit skeptical of Devil's Island just because they really hyped up the hole. Like Karis had a breakdown about the hole, and I was like, oh my god, she's gonna be like in shackles, hanging from the ceiling or something. It's gonna be really awful. It was literally just a hole in the ground, not that small. It was like he could jump in and out of it, which like I understand, like there's underlying trauma there, but I was like, not as bad as it seemed. So I'm
Mhm.
getting the same vibe from Devil's Island. Like I feel like she's just gonna go and like become the queen of the prison and like lead a rebellion starting with the prisoners.
I agree with you. That's also my assumption for the end of Devil's Island. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Karis and Laura and Aaron show up and they're like, we're
Yeah.
gonna break her out. And she's like, no, we're good. Like, these are my peeps now. Like, we're
Yeah,
ready to charge into battle. But I think
yeah,
it's going to be hairy at the beginning. Like, I would be
yeah.
disappointed if it wasn't. And like, all we know now is that this island is full of like the baddest baddies. So I am hoping that it is sort of like almost Hunger Games-esque and that she's going to need to somehow keep herself alive for at least like a week.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
what was my other thought? I don't remember.
Oh,
Something about
also,
Petra.
the biggest thing that I think is going to be against Zara is she's like a police officer going to jail.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to be thrilled about the heir to the Valcotton throne being on the island. Like I think everyone is going to feel that it's like their opportunity to get back at her for like everything that was done to them. So she's going to have a big old target on her back.
Or they'll all work together because,
They
she's a
all hate
traitor.
Petra.
Yeah.
We're
Petra's
gonna
probably the one
get
that
there
put
eventually.
everyone in there.
Yes. Yeah. Um, yeah, so we'll see how Devil's Island goes. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic it's going to be good.
You know what I'm confused about? And can someone explain to me,
Yes.
was Petra actually friends with Aaron's mom? Because it seems like she's not capable of being friends with anyone. And I just don't understand the dynamic there. Because, like, all we heard is, like, oh, Petra and my mom were such good friends. Like, they were best friends, blah, blah, blah. And, like, in this scene, we got a lot more insight into, like, Petra being fake about, like, not seeming to care that she died.
Mhm.
So it's like, I just don't understand how that whole thing worked.
I don't know that we're supposed to know. Like, I don't think that you missed anything. My assumptions are that they were friends in as far as like Petra is capable of being friends with someone, which is like she knows how to keep people in her good graces if she needs them to be in her good graces. Like she is clearly a sociopath. Like she was able to like gaslight the shit out of Zara for her whole life. Like she's very good at getting people to do the things that she wants them to do. So I believe that Aaron's mom thought they were friends.
Yeah, that's how I see it too. Like anything that would benefit Petra.
That makes sense. I was just like, I don't understand the dynamic there. Also, like in this section, how is Berman like, even though he's being fake, is still way more palatable than Petra?
Petra's like the new villain, which I love because I know we were talking about how like Saren couldn't possibly die in this book because we needed a villain, but I loved like oh my God, I got like creeped out chills when Saren was like laughing and he's like you sent her back to someone that's like way worse than me and I was like, "Oh, I knew it." Ah.
Oh, and way worse than your father when he was like, your father loved you. Like at the end of the day, he really thought you were gonna be his heir. I was like, oh, bad guy, but like, I hate that he's having some points.
It's funny because we even kind of talked about like the differences and similarities between Petra and Silas. And it's like, oh yeah, Silas is like awful to Karis and like, you know where you stand with him. And like Petra is like lying to Zara the whole time about how much she loved her. And I wasn't even really thinking about how that would make Petra like way, way worse than Silas. But it's like, oh, she is like real bad. Real, real bad.
Don't like. I do appreciate how well characterized Berman was, like where it's clear he wasn't sad that Zara was gone, but that it was also clear he would have gone after her just because he's so like full of like prideful and like also takes honor really seriously like she does, which is so different than his mom.
And as much as we like don't like Berman, and I think we're accurately critical of him throughout this book. I do wonder if Berman will play a role later that will make us feel bad for saying how much we don't like him. Like, I wonder if Berman is going to learn about what his mom has done and who she is and like come around and be on Zara's side.
Brooke, I hate to break it to you. No, he's just gonna die. He's so destined to die, it's not even funny. Because in order for Zara to rule Valcata, only way is if she's next up in line and he's dead.
This is a great thing to discuss because I do not think that Zara is going to rule Valcata.
You
Like,
think she's gonna rule Maradrina?
yes, yeah. I don't think that she is going to be in charge of Valcata by the end of this series, I will say, because I don't know when that is going to wrap up.
I think we're gonna get a joint Valcata and Maradrina at the end. Because they
They
That's
love
are like in
talking,
the same continent.
yeah. And they love talking about like the unity in Nerastus and like how the city mingles at night and like it's clear that they could live together. And I think
Yeah.
the vibe I'm getting is like that could be the entire continent if the war just ended.
Marriage.
I
Baby.
love I love the optimism. I just feel like getting those two sets of peoples to be like, ah, yes, we will be one nation in 3 books could be a stretch. But I think we could start working on it. We could be like, that's what we're gonna do, and there could be grumbling about it.
Don't you think that's what this entire series is leading up to? Like half of Ithaca still doesn't forgive Lara, but it's clear that like they're gonna get there at some point. Like
Yeah.
half of Maradrina, like Maradrina doesn't like Valcata. Valcata doesn't like Maradrina. There's so much bad blood that they're just fighting because of the bad blood. So it feels like the moral at the end is supposed to be if you keep holding grudges, the cycle of violence, the endless war is never going to stop.
No, I hear you. And again, like I would love the like let's all hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Like that's me to a T. I'm just also trying to be realistic about like where can we get in 3 books. And I will say that something that I have loved about these first three books is that things are very realistic. I really loved that in the short story we get at the end of this, people are still trying to kill Laura. As they should be. Like I appreciate that everyone is, I think, very realistic in how they are handling these emotions and the things that are happening to them.
They just need to see her swimming with sharks, and then they'll believe.
How many times are we going to see her swimming with sharks? Do we think it's going to happen again? Because I feel like it could.
I feel like they could fit one more.
I honestly hope so, because the sharks are magic now and I want to know more.
They're not magic.
Wasn't there like some kind of animal or creature in this that was like the equivalent of a shark?
I don't think so.
No.
You're talking about
There's
Aaron's cat.
snakes.
I was questioning the cat for a while in book
No.
1.
Like, didn't Zara run into like another animal or something? Or maybe I'm making this up. I'll get back to you.
Big snake. Monster
An
snakes.
alligator. She
Maybe
ran
it's
into an alligator.
the alligator.
But
Maybe I'm
it
thinking
attacked her.
alligator.
Because she's
Here's
not the rightful queen.
here's the thing, Elena. And this is why I think that it would be like a little too convenient and a little too unbelievable for both of their nations to come together. Because I think that like one of the themes that we had in this book is like Karis and Zara both want to do the thing that is right for their people, but also like the world at large. But I think they're going to get to the point where we have achieved peace. Now what? And I think that one of them is going to have to realize my people are now not worth me like losing what I want for my future in order to just like be in charge of them because I see it as like Karis is going to still be the king of Meridrina, and then maybe Zara is going to have the option to still be the Empress of Alcata. And I see her walking away from it and being like, I have done my duty. I have helped bring about peace. You guys are good. Nerastus is like a happy little place. Berman can be in charge. I'm gonna
No
go with this
one wants
guy.
that. Berman will not be in charge at the end of these books. I would, if Berman's in charge at the end of this book, you guys can tell me I was wrong, but I would put a lot of my betting weight on Berman not being emperor.
I've been wrong a lot in this last book, so you're probably right. I have to come out there and say what I think is gonna happen.
Also, I think your like theory that someone would have to give something up would have more validity if we hadn't already seen the the arc with Aaron not having to give up Ithacana
Mhm.
in order to keep Lara.
But Laura had to give up Meridrina.
Yeah, but she was fine with that. Like she wasn't actually.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know what's gonna happen in this. We don't know. There are a lot of pages in here. And I'm just saying that, like, I think that it's possible that one of them realizes we don't need to, like, govern our separate nations. They've had enough from us. What do you think, Jamie? Tiebreaker. How's it going to end? You tell us. And then that is how it ends.
You're asking the person that has like usually no theories. The head is empty.
You are here for the ride, and
I'm
it'll be what
ready
it'll
for the
be.
vibes. I don't know. I think in an ideal world, very optimistic, they're ruling together and the nation as one.
They move the ruling seats of both nations to Nerastus.
That's what's gonna happen. You just listed exactly how the theory ends.
But they're still separate nations,
I could see that.
ruled
So
jointly by the two of them. All right. I like it. Either way, they are endgame and neither of them are going to die in this next book, right? Right.
she can't die if
Yeah.
she's pregnant.
Sure she could. These books are dark.
That would be crazy.
So many kids die in these books.
That's true.
I would say it's mostly
What?
about dead kids.
I know, but I hope Sarah isn't one of them.
Oh my
No one
God,
is
Sarah.
really. Sarah's so cute. No, it was really sad. Laura's starting to remember her childhood with Karis in the short story.
Yeah.
I was just like, she
How
does
do we
remember him.
Yeah, how do we feel about Laura's current very negative views of Karis?
Don't love it.
I don't either, but I think she'll come around. Just like he will.
I also feel confident that she'll come around. I was just trying to like understand. And I think that I do. Like I think it's believable because they know that Karis like intended for Arenal to fall, which he did. Like he intended for them to not walk out of there. And I think that her emotions are mostly coming from like her projecting a lot of what's going on with her onto like his betrayal. So I'm hoping they'll come together because theoretically he's going to show up at her doorstep soon, being like, "Hey, don't shoot."
Sorry.
Right. I mean, even Aaron likes Karis.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the brother-in-law.
So pregnancy wise, do you guys think that Zara's pregnant? Like, is that just like craziness and like it'll just come up later when they have a conversation, like after
I
they're
don't
together
think it's
about,
crazy. I don't think it's crazy. I
I,
think it's
they
right?
mentioned they
yeah.
mentioned it so many times.
I think too, I really liked how it was brought up with Laura and Aaron. Like it was really nice to see how supportive he was of her, which I think was like extra big for a king, you know, with the whole, we do kind of need an heir. Like there needs to be someone who takes over after me. But like he was so supportive of her. And I love that she brought up that one of the things that convinced her that she did definitely want to have kids was that her sister, Serena, was like so badass while she was pregnant. She was possibly even stronger while she was pregnant because her whole worry is that like her being pregnant is going to allow like Aaron or like her husband in an ephemeral sense to control her. So I really liked that, but I did also wonder if like that conversation is to set us up mentally for possibly like Zara to be in this crazy situation and also be pregnant.
Maybe they'll have like a pregnancy journey together.
Cute. Sisters-in-law
Yeah.
pregnancy journey.
Maybe the cousins can grow up together.
Oh, that'd be adorable. Stop it. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so we are
They're the
all
future of peace, you know?
right. So we are all thinking there is a good chance that Zara is pregnant.
I think it's more likely than not. Like, I would not be surprised.
Do we think that Laura is pregnant and does not know it? Because Nana was like a little weird, and Laura thinks that Nana like had already heard about the fact that like Mara was going to mention the hey, maybe you should have a baby so people stop trying to kill you. Um, and wanted to make sure that Laura had the opportunity to choose that. Um, so it could just be that. Or is it that Nana knows something that Laura doesn't?
I wouldn't be surprised if Nana like caught on to her being pregnant or something. Like the first to, call it out.
She just knows.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
I think
she
it's
knew
more
they were
likely.
hooking up. Like when she
That was
talked about them, that was
crazy.
so funny.
That was
I literally
hilarious.
was dead. I was like, that's the worst thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, that scene was hilarious. Um, I'm leaning toward Laura not being pregnant. And it might just be because I don't want her to be. Like I like this idea that she's got this agency. And I also really like the idea that Nana specifically wanted to protect her choice. Because we, like, even in the last episode, we were a little bit like, Nana wasn't the lady that we were hoping she was going to be. So I see a world in which Nana could be that, like, cooler, older, like, mom, grandma, aunt that I wanted Coraline to be. And now she can't. Rest in peace. Anyone else re-crushing on Nana like I am?
No,
No, no one else likes Nana. Just me.
she's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. I think I'm warming up to her again.
Oh, she's such a spitfire. Makes me happy.
She is. I think that's a great description of her.
Yeah. Um, the last weird rabbit hole theory that
Oh
and
no.
it's honestly not a theory. It's just another thing that I noticed and I just needed to bring it up. Just to have it on record that it was noticed and I felt like it was weird. How many times are we going to talk about how salty the food was in Maradrina and then like make an excuse for it at the end? Did anyone else think that was strange?
Because
No.
Zara's pregnant with a boy.
The what?
I said because Zara's pregnant with a boy.
No, like it she kept saying it was like salty all the way through, like her whole time there. Like the first time she ate food, like stuck in the
Interesting.
harem, it was like it's
I
really
took
salty,
it.
like I can barely eat it.
Yeah, no, I took it as face value. Didn't.
I did
What
too.
do you think? Yeah.
No, I no thoughts, honestly. I mean, like I think the sharks are magic. I think we've got weird alien stone. I don't know what we're doing with the salt, but it just was weird that it was brought up like for a third time and Berman's like, "Oh, I bet it's because they have to overseason their food because it's like really bad because they're all starving." It just seemed weird that it was brought up a lot for something that there would be no plot reason to bring up multiple times.
I mean, like, other than cultural differences, I know some cultures have, put a lot of spices in theirs. Others don't need spice.
All right.
I took
Chalk
it at
it
face
up to
value.
some
But yeah,
cultural differences.
but no, maybe there's something in the salt. You never
I
know.
don't know. I don't know. Because I feel like that would be too long for Zara to be pregnant. Like, but maybe that's
Well,
it.
honestly, but it does feel like the story in this happens quicker or fast. And I don't know if anyone else has felt that.
Yeah,
Like,
just
does
like
it
the
seem quick to
timeline.
you? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think, does it take place over like a month or two? Like a month or two from her being taken to the palace and then brought back? Because I know they said the ship voyage back was like 2 weeks, I think. So I think it's over a couple months. I don't know. Had to bring it up. It was weird. I needed to mention it. A lot of salt for apparently no reason. I don't know why I always tend to save this for the end, but can we just talk about how adorable Karis and Zara are and what a huge crush I have on them? Like the number of like, and I was trying to keep my tabbing to a minimum here. Like I told myself I was only going to tab like the lines that I loved the most, but just like the number of like little things that I want to remember forever that they said to each other, and they're just so cute.
There are a lot of, yeah, Kara's had a lot of like lovey-dovey cute lines.
He's obsessed. We love a man that falls hard first.
Down bad.
Absolutely obsessed, like irrevocably obsessed with this woman. And I love it so much. And just like the like I can't lose you. And guys, he was feeding an entire nation to the wood chipper for this woman, like for a chance to save her. He was
Don't
just like, go, a whole nation can just die.
don't hate me. The only thing, the only thing is because like there was one line where he was like, I would give up everything. Like I would like when he's like letting Ithaca die, I think. I don't remember when, but he was like, I'm willing to do it all for her. I was like, I feel like I'd be able to like be more in it if he hadn't fallen in love with two other women in the first four chapters of the book. I just like if
Only
it was
one?
just her. And then he
That,
also with
yeah,
the
that first
courtesans,
one.
he was
No,
like,
it was because he liked her. He just like
yeah.
I think they did it and then he was like, I kind of like her. And then was just like, nope, 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 nope.
I just feel like he falls hard fast, and I wish it had just been like why couldn't he just be like friendly with that girl, like have gotten to know her as a person,
Yeah.
like and then like fallen all in for Zara.
Yeah.
You
I
know what I'm
didn't like
Mm,
saying?
that either, other than to show that like he's a womanizer, he sleeps around.
Yeah.
um, as someone that in my past had a similar problem, I'm gonna give Karis the benefit of the doubt here and say that he was just a sad boy that was like, oh my God, someone's nice to me. And then it made Reina more interesting. Like I liked that tie-in.
Yeah. Oh my god, now that Aster is more of a real character.
Hilarious. Yeah. No, I hear you, Elena. But at the same time, like I love how obsessive he is. It made me happy. And I think too it helps that like you see how he falls in love with like who she is, like her
Yeah.
ideals and like everything about her and not just that she's like a warm, kind body.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's ready to burn the world for her, and I'm ready to watch it happen in this next book.
Yeah, because she never really had that, like, you know, love.
Yeah, but she will. I feel
Hmm.
confident. Anything else about anything in this book? Then it sounds like we are ready to wrap up The Inadequate Heir by Danielle L. Jensen and move on to The Endless War, also by Danielle L. Jensen. We hope that you guys will join us for the continuation of Zara and Karis' story. I am so excited to see what happens. And we will see you here for episode 1 of this book. We will post our episode schedule for you so you can follow along, and we will see you there. Thanks, guys. Bye.